Hi everybody, Pastor Steve here, and um, I'm putting together this short training video on behalf of the First Impressions team for Lunar New Year. We know that we're having a meeting at 2:15 on Saturday that we're all attending, but I thought I would give you a little pre-training by video so you didn't have one more meeting to come to. So this video will have a little bit of what each of the jobs that you've signed up for look like, as well as maybe a couple hints culture-wise that will help you to prepare so that our service is first and foremost from a servant's heart, honoring those who are coming in our door as Christ would honor them. First impressions is pretty important. I don't know if you realize how important of a ministry it is, particularly when you take into consideration what a lot of studies have shown in the business world, and that is that people make their first impressions within the first 7 seconds of meeting you. So in this case, coming to the Lunar New Year, some of the first impressions are even dictated while they're driving in the parking lot. Certainly how they're treated when they come in the front door. And the balance of the time is spent overcoming or reinforcing those first impressions. So obviously we would like to set the kind of first impression that if the gospel is being preached in the program, well, that we're going to preach the gospel with our actions at the front door. How we greet people, how we help people, how we see people, how we serve people, the patience that we have while we're taking money, to the helpfulness that we have when we're showing them where things are, particularly when there's a language barrier, particularly when they bring in their honored patriarchs of the family, how we treat them with honor and respect, all the way down to how we dress. We'll touch on a few of these things. First of all, let me make this very clear. I am not a cultural expert, especially on the Far East traditions, but I've done a little bit of reading trying to prepare for what we could do to best prepare for our event. And a couple things about the Chinese New Year tradition did stick out to me. For those who aren't too aware of it, on the New Year's Eve, they have a big meal where the family comes together. Family is very important, and they'll usually come from all over the place to the patriarch's home, the most senior member of the family, and they'll have this big feast of food, and they'll celebrate with all sorts of delicacies, and they'll be dressed up for the event. And then the next morning, the children will wake up and greet their parents with a well-wishing for a happy and prosperous year. And they receive a little red envelope, which I'm sure this is kind of fun, but in that red envelope there's usually money as a little gift. They also have a tradition whereby grudges and offenses of the past are forgotten, and they move on into the next new year. And this message of forgiveness, I think, captured my heart a little bit as we look at ways in which we can redeem their major holiday for Christ. I think of that forgiveness theme. And so the idea of being a person that is serving them in a way that we can remove the obstacles so that they might hear the message presented within the program in the sanctuary is a huge thing for me. This is a good question, and it is pretty simple, actually. This is a dress-up event for them, so we do want to wear nice clothes. But the color schemes are also important. Red is a very auspicious color for them because the word in Chinese for red is also the same word used for prosperous. And so red and black are often used. Secondary colors like gold are great accent colors. And then, yes, our primary responsibilities have to do with those who are coming in the front door. We are the ones who greet them. We're the ones that sell them tickets. If they are exhibitors or performers, we're the ones that will walk them to where they need to go. And we're the ones that man the information booths so that people who have questions on where to find things in the building can be served. You might even find us at the doors of the sanctuary right before the program, helping people find a seats and or stay out of the sanctuary till they're ready to receive them. So these are a few of our responsibilities, and the rest of this video will be about the more specifics of each role that you signed up for. Yes, if you're one of our greeters, that's pretty simple. Your goal is to anticipate questions and give answers as best as you can by directing them to the right place. If it's tickets into the ticket lines, if it's just a warm hello, you give them the warm hello. If they're needing someone to translate, maybe you're going to find that person that's helping to greet with you who might be able to overcome the language barrier. Our goal is to make them feel welcome and to give them direction. And so that's you. If you're serving in the responsibility of one of our sanctuary door monitors, what that means is the sanctuary will be cleared out so they can get the performers set up, get the program set up. And so from 5:30 to 6:50, they're asking you to be in front of the doors. The doors will be closed. They'll have a stop sign on the door that says the time that they're actually able to go in. And our job is just to be that smiling face of the door that is a kind reminder that they can't go in and get seats ahead of time. We do this with gentleness and respect, but it's to help our performers also be prepared for the program. Are you working at the information center? Well, 95% of what you're going to be encountering is people trying to figure out where things are. Each person coming in gets one of these, and inside this program is a map for everything in the building. So your job will be to take a yellow pen and mark it from point A to point B, and if there's an abundance of people at that station, then feel free to walk them from point A to point B. This is a great way in which we can serve them. Hi, if you're at this entrance, which is the handicapped entrance in the front of the building, one of our goals this year is to help those who are performing and or exhibiting in our event to feel a better connection with who we are. And so we're having one person host at the door who will greet them as they come in, and they're going to be coming in with paperwork, paper of various colors, which will help you to know where to send them. For instance, if they come in with a blue piece of paper that'll be marked exhibitor, your goal is to walk them over with one of your runners to the information booth to talk to Sylvia. Sylvia will show where they're going to be set up. If they come in with a lavender sheet, the lavender sheet goes to the CLC, and so you'll be walking them in to meet up with Jenny Reeb in the CLC. And then if they're coming in with a yellow performer sheet, that means that they're going to meet up downstairs in the children's theater. So you should have two runners who will be walking these people to the various places in the building, and one person who will greet them at the door. This way they don't get lost in the building. So you're one of our traffic flow volunteers, and you're wondering what that involves. Basically, we're going to place you in several key places within the building, and with this program in hand, you'll be able to show them on their program where the next activity that they want to go, because most of the people that will approach you will see the badge that you have of a question mark and know that you're a safe person to come to for questions. And usually, again, about 95% of those questions will be, where is this? And you'll have this book and a map, and they'll have it in their hands, and you'll be able to show them. So that's what your role is to keep things moving. Check in. We're just looking for a great event. Your help is crucial for pulling this off, and your heart of servanthood, your heart of mission is what makes Westminster a safe place for those who are exploring the American culture, and even more so exploring Christ in this place. So thank you for all that you're doing. If you have any questions, please email me at stevep@westminster.org. I'll be here early that day, so if you want to show up a little bit early just because you want to chat with me and get some of the nerves out as far as where you're going to be positioned or what you're going to be doing, or if there's any questions that you have that this video hasn't covered, please by all means email me and I'll try to get those answered for you. I'll see you Saturday. It should be a fun event. Thank you again.